Ladies and gentlemen, once again, shut up with your phantom chanting! Last week was a disgrace. I told you I would prove that Johan was not worthy, and TK managed to do it for me. I have tried to be nice and civilized, but it seems that this locker room is full of wannabes that want to make a name for themselves at the expense of my championship, my faction, and my undefeated streak. And I will not allow that to happen. I don't care if your name is Scotty Stevens or Electro Man. I will run through you all. Artemis says I need to focus on him. Well, last week, you weren't very much involved in the decision of that match, now were you? You didn't even come in my general vicinity until the near end of the match, because you know, same as these people at home, you are not on my level. You weren't on my level in the 64-man tournament, and you're not on my level now. No amount of Omnislayer training will change that. So I'll tell you what, want to be Omnislayer? You want to make a name for yourself? Then let's see how good and how talented you are tonight. I have picked out a very special opponent for you. Why don't you show me that you have what it takes? Sure, you may have won a contendership match, but anyone can get a shot. Let's see if it was more than a fluke, because I don't believe it was.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Friday Night Flashbang. My name is Eric Genericson. I don't even know where to start. We got graphics on the stream. We got the world champion calling out his #1 contender, and we are off and rolling, folks. But of course, there's really only one way that we can start off a Flashbang, and that is with an 8-man showcase match, and that's going to be coming up next. 8 of the biggest and brightest stars in professional wrestling in an elimination-style match crafted by our very own Hey Mr. Rabbit. But before we get to that, we understand that something is going on backstage. Can we get audio back there of what's going on? I got somebody screaming in my ear right now. We're going to try to send you backstage. Let's see if we can get that volume. Turn it down for him. Yeah, we're going to patch in. This is happening live, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. You only ever give me the silent treatment when I've done something wrong. What is it?
What the fuck was that? Why are we feuding with Johan and Jagger?
They wanted to call us out. Now we teach them the error of those thoughts.
You know Wai Li was right. I love you, hun. I really do. But you need to focus on what you already have and not get distracted with people sticking their noses where they don't belong.
Look, if they want to get smacked down, who am I to deny them what they want? All these people clawing to get Apex's attention. Gotta take care of them all, or we'll get overrun with people begging.
You leave that to me and the rest of Apex. You need to get ready to defend your title, and I've got something to help with that.
Oh, do tell. I love to see the evil plans that you come up with.
First, you gotta promise me to let us handle things from now on.
Fine. I promise.
Well, looks like Mizuki laying down the law, saying the world champion needs to focus up. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to be the one to tell Mizuki no. That is for damn sure. But I think she might be the only person on the planet that can talk to the world champion like that. But it appears Nero is focusing on Artemis, and he has a special opponent in mind for Artemis here tonight. We'll find out what that is a little bit later, but first, 8-man showcase time, and it's next.
The following contest is an 8-man showcase match. Introducing first.
And ladies and gentlemen, tweeting out on social media, Wilson Son of Will saying, this is a show of support for Scott E. Stevens and Vaporwave, sponsored by VIP.
Introducing first, weighing in at 247 pounds, Cool J. Kyo!
The boxing bot, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a lot of robot action here on Friday Night Flashbang, and not all of it has been Flashbang exclusive. Last week, Malice attacked Mad Jack ahead of his match with the Cyber Controller, leading to Xericus taking his place. It has been chaotic, and Cool J Kill, all he's thinking about right now, he wants to pick up his first win after failing to do so in his Get Off the Schneid match last week. Can he do it with the competition doubled in size? We're going to find out.
And introducing second, weighing in at 252 pounds, Alexis Edmenton!
And here comes Alexis Edmenton. One of the lovely ladies we have here on our roster. So folks, what we know already is that coming up later tonight, Artemis will go one-on-one with a hand-picked opponent from Nero Napier. We also are expecting a one-on-one match. The Omnigeek laid out a challenge. He said, Jagger, either give me a statement or I'll beat it out of you. And tonight, with no statement to be had by the Omnislayer, the brass has booked the Omnigeek going one-on-one with the Omnislayer. And you gotta wonder, with Artemis having a mystery opponent and now all of this strangeness, the disappearance of Jagger, who has yet to show his face since losing to Simon at Breakdown 5, what is going through Artemis's head? And does he even know what's going on with Jagger?
And introducing third, representing Vaporwave, weighing in at 249 pounds, Rico Rose!
And here comes the third member of Vaporwave. And Vaporwave, another interesting situation. We understand that Apollo Hades and Aqualog have had a very serious discussion. We weren't privy to what went down, but we are expecting to hear from Apollo Hades later tonight. And Vaporwave is in action later tonight in a fatal four-way tornado tag team match. Can they get back on the same page, or are we watching the young tag team of Vaporwave implode before our very eyes?
And introducing fourth, representing the guild, weighing in at 222 pounds, the Curator!
So we saw the third member of Vaporwave. Here comes the third member of the guild, the Curator. And we saw his tag team partners in action last week. Lasume winning the 8-man showcase last week, pinning Victor Vicious, becoming the 10th person ever to win 2 showcase matches here on Friday nights. Zach DeWeaver not so fortunate. He was the second man eliminated in that Get Off the Schneid match. Cool J Kyo, the last member. And now the Curator looks to do what DeWeaver could not and follow in the footsteps of Lasume to pick up a win in an 8-man showcase.
introducing fifth. Weighing in at 239 pounds, Dragoon!
And here comes the Lone Ranger, Dragoon. The fifth member of House Caliban, question mark, maybe, possibly not 100% sure. But we do know that it was Dr. Caliban that reached out to Dragoon, and he did not pay him for his services. Dragoon helped out House Caliban at Breakdown 5 of his own volition. And we understand that the relationship is, well, it's even-keeled to say the least. We don't know if it's a trial run. We don't know if it was a one-time thing, but Dragoon would love to get a win here in 8-man competition.
And introducing sixth. Representing the Empire of Terror, weighing in at 405 pounds, he is the Grim Reaper.
The man from beyond the grave, the Grim Reaper. The strategist of the Empire of Terror, the tag partner of Dark Lord Popo, back in 8-man competition. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Grim Reaper of the Empire of Terror, and the last time he was in one of these showcase matches, he was followed by Ramund. But we understand that both Ramund and Helix are on the hunt for Erlking Wes. They have carved through almost every member of the Empire, and Helix is on a collision course with the leader of the Empire of Terror.
And introducing seventh. Weighing in at 247 pounds, he is the Aristocratic Canid.
A new lease on life for the Aristocratic Canid. Last week, we heard from them officially turning down the offer of Nero Napier, saying that while they appreciated the message that El Pollo de la Muerte was trying to make, they didn't agree with their soft-hearted approach, but they also didn't necessarily align with Nero and his ideology, and so they are going to do what they've always done, and that is maintain a solo presence here on Friday nights. And now to see if that was the right decision, Aristocratic Canid would love to pick up this win to validate that choice. So these are the 7 competitors. We have 1 more to go. Who will round out the field?
And introducing eighth. On his way to the ring, weighing in at 251 pounds, he is the Bulldog, Grant Martin!
Well, here's a man that we haven't seen in a lot of shows. Whoa, look at the agility. The Bulldog, Grant Martin. Shades of Shere Khan still wearing that King of the Jungle t-shirt. And now a big right hand to Aristocratic Canid from the Bulldog, and this is a matchup that I'd love to see one-on-one. Canid and Bulldog. We got Rico Rose going right after the Grim Reaper. Dragoon all over the robot, and Alexis Edmenton squaring off with the Curator. If you're just joining us for the first time here on Friday nights, the way this works, 7 eliminations will happen in this matchup. 1 winner. Pinfalls and submissions count anywhere. So you will see them brawl up the ramp, into the crowd, all over the place. And look at Dragoon just carrying Kyo. And now trying to fight out of it as the boxing bot, and he does. With a nice right hand, and Bulldog sending Canid up over the top. Figure 4 now by the Curator, but Edmenton able to turn it over as Reaper sweeps the leg of Rico Rose. This is going to be hectic. Canid, nice reversal on the Bulldog. Rico Rose still putting right hand to the Reaper. And now Edmenton shooting Curator into the corner. Nice clothesline. And now Canid reversed by Bulldog. And a clothesline. And now a nice atomic drop there from Bulldog. Inverted atomic drop, and now grabbing them by the hair. Curator pushed back by Edmenton. The bot taking it with these right hands. Look at rocking Dragoon. Nice drop kick to Edmenton. And now the full Nelson. Full Nelson on Reaper, but look at the power to break out of it. Grim Reaper reverse fireman's carry. Sent over the top rope is Edmenton, but a reversal. And now a nice Hurricane Rana into the pin on Curator. And a kick out at 1. We've already heard from Nero Napier that a hand-picked opponent will take on Artemis one-on-one. We also expect to hear later on tonight from El Pollo de la Muerte, who has specifically requested mic time, though we're not sure what is on their mind. We will also be having a fatal 4-way tornado tag team match. 4 of the top teams on Flashbang doing battle. And now off the rope, look out here. Drop kick to the back of the head. And now Rico Rose through the middle rope, taking out Reaper. Drop kick to the back of the head of Canid. And look out here, half Nelson into a neck breaker. And Rico got Reaper.
The Grim Reaper has been eliminated.
So Rico Rose with an elimination, a man who already has a showcase win under his belt in his debut match at Breakdown 4. And what a drop kick to Edmenton. And now it's Bulldog with a nice running Bulldog into the stairs. Dragoon stalking Kyo. And this could be bad news. It could be the end of the trail for Kyo. Got him. Into the cover.
1, 2, 3.
Goodbye, Kyo.
Cool J Kyo has been eliminated.
So the bot goes down. We are down to 6. And look out here. Oh, wait. Reversal. Dragoon looking for some kind of face buster. What a reversal. Canid. The athleticism. Looking for the drop kick. Dragoon says no. And now look out here. Curator with a pile driver to Rico Rose. And now Bulldog with a DDT. Curator to the top rope. Oh, but he got caught. Canid says nah. And now Bulldog into the cover on Edmenton. Good night.
Alexis Edmenton has been eliminated.
And now Canid. Canid dropped Curator, but Curator rolling to the outside, able to avoid being eliminated. Looking for the headbutt, no. Clothesline over the top rope. Canid from behind, going after Rico Rose. Ducks underneath, and kicks to the leg. And now it's Canid looking for the boot to the gut. Not going to happen. Sweep of the leg by Rico Rose. And now look at this. Flips him over and into a leg grapevine here. Submission maneuver. Canid with a submission maneuver applied to their leg, but able to break out of it. What a super kick to Bulldog's head. Bye-bye, Bulldog. And now Canid with a knee right to the jaw. And now Canid sending Rico into the ropes. Curator looking for a move blocked there by Dragoon. Right hand, forearm. Boot to the midsection. And a DDT on the concrete. And now a sweep of the leg. And now a submission maneuver by Dragoon. And Curator's tapping out. Almost like a standing figure four.
Curator has been eliminated.
So Dragoon with a pair of eliminations. Canid in trouble. Rico with the pin. And a kick out. Dragoon going after Bulldog. Drop kick to Canid. And now look out here. Submission maneuver applied. Execution. An execution applied to Bulldog, and he's tapping out. Bulldog is tapping out to Dragoon.
The Bulldog Grant Martin has been eliminated.
And there's the sunset flip. Dragoon stealing the pin. Dragoon looking for his fourth elimination. Good night, Rico. No. Rico kicks out. And now up on the shoulders. Reversal. DDT. And now Canid into the steps. Drop kick into the steps. And now it's going to be Canid bouncing the head of Rico Rose off of the side of the apron. And back into the ring we go. And now a punch to the face. And Dragoon from behind. Right hand, Rico. Oh, what a back body drop. And now a nerve here. Nerve hold on Dragoon. And a sweep. Look at the quickness of Dragoon. And now dragging him towards the ropes. Dragoon. Oh, and a drop kick to Canid. Not happening. And Canid saying, how you like that one? And a sweep leg by Dragoon. Right hand from Rico. Kick to the back of the head. Right hand to the face. And Rico. This would be huge for Vaporwave if Rico could somehow come out of this with a win. Oh, and broken up by Canid. And an Enziguri. Kick to the leg. And a drop kick to the face. Two men go down. Rico to the outside. And now here comes Canid. What is this? Kick to the face. Busted open. Dragoon just got busted open by that kick. Goodbye.
Dragoon has been eliminated.
It just goes to show you it doesn't matter how many eliminations you have if you don't last till the end. The Aristocratic Canid looking to make good on their solo track, but they got to get through Rico Rose. And now here comes Canid. Look out here. Sunset flip into the pin. Canid into the cover. Canid does it.
is your winner, the Aristocratic Canid.
And with that win, Canid becomes only the third person to win 3 showcase matches and the only person ever to win back-to-back showcases. What a performance! What a win, Canid. Congratulations. Their 3rd win in such a match. Good grief. And folks, coming up next, we've got singles competition. And that's gonna, oh, wait, it looks like somebody has a microphone. That is the Crimson Phoenix.
I thought I should come out here before El Pollo de la Muerte because I had something important I needed to say to one Scott E. Stevens, who has continually used me as an example of why he deserves a shot at Nero Napier. He claims to have beaten 60-something% of Apex. It's a statistic he likes to rattle off a lot, and I'm tired of it. You see, after my victory in the Get Off the Schneid match, which I didn't appreciate being put in that match in the first place, I showed why I am a valued member of Apex. And it seems interesting that El Pollo and Scott E. Stevens or Wai Li or whoever would like to talk about why you shouldn't join Apex seems to point the finger at me. Which, I don't know if you know this, but as a competitor, I don't appreciate those claims. So I'll tell you what, Scott, maybe you weren't paying attention last week, and that's why you felt the need to run your mouth. You haven't done anything to earn a world championship shot. You haven't even earned the right to face Nero Napier. You're the kind of man who fights someone when they're not at 100% and then brags about it on a talk show because that's the only screen time that they want to give you with a microphone. You're the kind of person who complains about being put in tag team matches because that's not your specialty. At least when I lose, I'm able to look myself in the mirror and say, you know what? I wasn't good enough on this particular day. Unlike you, who finds a reason as to why they lost. Interference, distractions, not a tag specialist. You can spin it however you like. The bottom line is, you weren't good enough. So how about we see whether or not your win over me was a fluke, Scott? And I'm sure you'll answer this on firing line, which is fine. Why don't you come and fight me next week? Because I'm feeling a bit more like myself, and I'd love to show you the benefits of what Apex has to offer if you promise not to make an excuse when I beat you.
And ladies and gentlemen, the challenge laid down by the Crimson Phoenix, one-on-one with Scotty Stevens next week. And I guess we'll probably hear from him on firing line. That's fair. And folks, coming up next, you're not going to have to wait long. As I said, singles competition. Artemis goes one-on-one with a hand-picked opponent of Nero Napier's. This could be anybody. Place your bets. But while we have a quick second, we'd like to turn it over to none other than our resident tech talker, the Omnigeek.
Greetings, Multiverse, your friendly neighbor Omnigeek here. And this whole whodunit thing's taken some pretty wild turns the last few weeks. And of course, as we know, the last couple weeks I did put out some statements from three particular individuals. First, Mr. Stevens, I thank you for coming forward as quickly as you did. I'll take your statements into consideration. Erlking. Well, I do appreciate you coming forward as well, and I will follow up on those statements. Don't think the irony is lost on me about you, of all people, calling me out for not wrestling much. That was pretty funny, I'll admit, albeit not unexpected. But as much as I'd love to dissect the walking trope that is the evil empire, I don't have a whole lot of time right now. Which brings me to Jagger. I've noticed you've been kind of MIA the last couple weeks. And while Artemis did vouch for you, I haven't heard anything from you yourself. So, if you aren't going to come out and speak, I suppose I'll have to be the one to track down the hunter. Oh, and one more thing. I want to thank Mr. Genericson for pointing something out to me on Fireline the other week. While I do consider myself pretty well read, my forte is definitely more in the scientific and technological side than the more esoteric. So, I've called on the assistance of one of Flashbang's prime specialists in the paranormal, Seth Jackson.
Wow, a bombshell announcement. The Omnigeek looking to get the assistance of one Seth Jackson of APS. Not to mention he's going to get his hands on Jagger, who he said, give me a statement or I'll beat one out of you, and looks like it's going to be the latter. But first, who is Artemis going to face one-on-one? We'll find out next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 251 pounds from New York City, New York, Artemis.
So it looks like Seth Jackson, and who knows, maybe the rest of APS are going to be working with Omnigeek to try to track down the man who attacked Nero, Napier, Poison, Blight, Hallis, and maybe ran over the PM Ghost. We're not really sure. But who is Artemis going to face here tonight? Those questions and more will be answered by the end of this evening. I mean, I'm going through the list of people that he could pick. He could pick any member of Apex. We don't know what other allies he has. Perhaps one of the many mercenaries that we employ here. Oh, wait a second. I just realized. Where's Satiris?
What? And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 255 pounds, he is the leader of the Empire of Terror, the Fey King, Erlking Wes.
What? Well, this is interesting with no Jagger in sight. We haven't heard heads or tails of Henry Colt. It looks like Erlking wants to go after the only active member of Fate on the roster. I mean, Graven just left the other week. Artemis is out here by himself. Fate has not been organized. And maybe Erlking wants to take what's left of them and make an example of Artemis, the young Omni Slayer. What is happening? Erlking has said a couple of weeks ago he was tired of sitting on the sidelines. But with a Helix and Ramund tracking him down, he's out here to fight Artemis. And so Erlking, to test his might, to my knowledge, these two have never fought one-on-one. One of the few members of Fate Erlking has not been in the ring with, to my knowledge. And immediately into a clubbing back. Oh, shot, and now blocking the leg. And now look at this. What a spine buster. And immediately into the cover. And a kick out by Artemis. And now it's Artemis, right hands to Erlking. And now the veteran getting out of dodge. Erlking dragging him out to the outside, but that did not work. And Artemis not staying out there. Shot to the midsection. And a boot right to the gut. Clothesline into the corner. And now boots to the midsection. And Artemis looks like he was not ready for this particular challenge. Erlking has taken it to the young Omnislayer, the #1 contender. And now a rake of the eyes. Boot to the midsection, or rather elbow to the midsection, but he got caught and hung up on the top rope. Erlking with a right hand to Artemis, a boot, a nice sweep of the leg, and now a standing moonsault. Tremendous athleticism from Artemis. And now immediately into this armbar. And now grabbing the leg, and now an armbar leg bar submission maneuver from Artemis. And now able to turn him over and pull the arm out. And now right after the knee. Erlking clutching at that knee as Artemis stays right on the attack. But look at Erlking again, sweep of the leg, and he looks like he scouted Artemis. He might have been known that this was coming for a while. He looks ready to go. And now a nice shoulder check to Erlking again. Nero believes this is exactly the man that could take out Artemis. I don't know what kind of arrangement he and Erlking have. And now into the cover. And now picking up Erlking, trying again to go after that arm. And all that weight across the elbow. And again, a reversal from Erlking, and he has not allowed Artemis to put together any semblance of sustained offense. And now lifting him up with a suplex into the corner. Look at Erlking, so methodical, taking his time, a former #1 contender in his own right for the MNW Championship over on Warzone. And now what does Erlking have in mind? Walking over to him, picking him up. And now a spear, now reversed! Looking for Hearn's charged, and it was reversed! And now into the corner. Artemis. And now running up the turnbuckle, looking for that arm breaker. And oh, right down on the shoulder and the elbow. And from behind, this could be the Hunter's Lock on Erlking. Hunter's Lock on Erlking. Erlking locked in it. Artemis trying to tap out. Erlking, and he did it. Artemis tapped out Erlking. I don't believe it.
Here is your winner, Artemis.
What a win. Artemis, oh, come on, no! Artemis on the turnbuckle from behind! That's Nero Napier! Going after the #1 contender, but Artemis having none of it. Boot to the face! And a shot to the knee! And look at Erlking wants no part of this. This is not his fight! And what? Oh, look at Artemis! Looking to catapult Nero into the ropes! Artemis says, "You're trying to jump me, huh?" Oh, and a block. He blocked it, looking for the Hunter's dance. Clothesline to Artemis. And now Nero to the corner, the venomous strike. Potentially incoming on Artemis. Come on, ref! This is not okay! Artemis gets kicked right in the face! And now Dragon Artemis. No, 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 no! Come on! Not the coil! Coil on Artemis! This is just disgusting! And look at Artemis tapping out, and it doesn't even matter! Real nice, champ! Yeah, way to dare him to get up after you choked him out. A disgusting display by our heavyweight champion. And ladies and gentlemen, we understand that El Pollo is not going to wait any longer after that display. They are on their way to the ring. Coming up next, the Luchador has words. So how interesting that something like this would happen after AAA has been accused by Scott E. Steven of clearly not being in contention with Apex. Scott mentioned very specifically on Firing Line. Funny that Phoenix would beat me out here to say it, but it seems he forgets that we were fighting Apex before he ever had a qualm with them. Or did you forget that little fact? Mijo, you seem to also have forgotten that I have actually had a world title opportunity against said Apex Predator. Perhaps you missed the whole elimination chamber. My outfit, after all, won a Nexi, but I understand how you like to block out history that isn't conducive to your arguments. So I understand why you might have forgotten. And I forgive you. But Apex and AAA have been in this fight for quite a long time. And as offended as the Crimson Phoenix might have been, I was even more offended. And you ask yourself why? Why would El Pollo de la Muerte be offended by Scott E. Stevens? Because you implied that I don't care. You see, the problem is, Scott, I care too much and I haven't been able to get it done. I was fingertips away from taking that title off of Nero and shifting the balance of power in MNW for months. And I did not get that job done. But Scott, you have not gotten that opportunity, let alone gotten that done. So I'll tell you what, if the Crimson Phoenix wants a match with you next week, how about this week I show you exactly what it is that El Pollo de la Muerte is all about. Let me show you why it is that Nero talks about me and not you as competition. Why I have had that opportunity that you have only begged and whined about. That is, if you're up for it, Scott. I would hate to catch you off guard. The chase is yours. And ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the brand new wrestling show Everybody Hates Scott. Or at least that's how it feels. El Pollo calling out Stevens tonight. Crimson wanted a match next week. This is bonkers. Note to self, don't go on Firing Line and talk trash. And folks, coming up next, we have Fatal 4-Way Tag Team action. But before we do that, we want to hear from a member of Dungeons and Destiny, the #1 contenders for the tag team titles currently around the waist of the Bone Warriors.
That
That was wonderful. My blood hasn't boiled like that for a long time, yes? Yeah, I know we lost. But did you see who Bareback had gone up against? Once again, Multiverse, I must reiterate that we're involved in matches with gladiators, gods at their peak. Dungeons and Destinies lives for this. We need this. Spike, I hope you enjoyed that round as well. Draco, the missus, and I were all at the edge of our seats with each pinfall. Oh, to be in the throes of battle once more. But don't think you are done with us yet, Bone Warriors. Lord Bareback has gotten but a taste. But now, Burden, you face our Druthulu. And he is itching for battle as much as I am. Bring your all, Burden. Because once again, let's roll them bones. It's time for initiative.
All right, so I don't know if Rapture New Road watches a lot of Flashbang. He was obviously watching last week. People just don't call out Burden. You don't talk trash to Burden. It's one of those commandments. Thou shalt not talk trash to Doom. Thou shalt not talk trash to Burden. Thou shalt not leave the ring in a match with Burden. And thou shalt protect thy neck against Kevin Blackwell. It's just these are the things that you learn. They're on a sheet before you... Oh, boy. All right, the brass has some stuff to sort through. But right now, at least I don't have to deal with that. I'm not a general manager. It's time for some tag team action. Oh, wait a second. Actually, I'm being told that our backstage reporter, Joe Mojo, has actually had a chance to catch up with Apollo Hades on his way out here. Yeah, let's throw it to Joe Mojo live backstage. Joe, can you hear us?
Just make sure you keep the camera on him first.
Joe!
That way, maybe that'll raise the spirits up a little.
Joe, we're cutting to you. You're going to get that camera set up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is interviewer Joe Mojo here with Apollo Hades. Apollo, can you talk to us a little bit about what happened this past Friday night with Aguilung leaving you during your tag team match?
Does that answer all your questions? Aw, quit your damn crying. It's a free drink that I signed. Bunch of bullshit. Come corner me at this bar, son of a bitch.
There you have it, folks. Eric, back to you.
Seems he has some pent-out frustration. Thanks for that, Joe. We appreciate it. And let's go down to ringside for the introductions. Hope you're okay, Joe. Keep your head down.
The following contest is a fatal four-way tornado tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 525 pounds, the team of Electro Man and the VR Junkie, Electro Reality!
So here comes Electro Reality. And tweeting out on social media, Burnout Vaughn saying, quote, "Where's your ghost maracas? I miss the Spanish guitar." All right. Also, tweeting out on social media, Maximilian Thunderthigh says, "Champ, don't let the hunter lay its mark on you. You can beat Artemis. Hashtag Predator Pin Slayers."
And introducing second, at a combined weight of 512 pounds, the team of Apollo Hades and Aqualung Vaporwave.
So what we understand is that Apollo Hades and Aqualung had a heart-to-heart. Aqualung was apparently very frustrated with the way Hades was very cocky and nonchalant on the outside, not tagging in when they needed help. And they did overreact a little bit, but, I mean, tensions are high with this team. Apollo Hades also was not able to help them out when Draven jumped them backstage, so hopefully they're back on the same page. They certainly look like they're ready to go. Let's see what happens.
And introducing third, at a combined weight of 622 pounds, the team of Huge Mane and Big Rock, the forces of nature.
So here comes the rock and the tree. You're stuck between a rock and a bark place. So the forces of nature will look to make it 2 in a row after they picked up a win last week in tag team competition. That is 3 of the 4 teams.
And introducing fourth,
the suspense is killing me. Oh boy! This is your exit light, folks.
weighing in at a combined weight of 562 pounds, the team of Sandman and Thunderbolts, the Time Bandits.
And it's got to feel good for these two to be back in tag team action. Trying to wash the taste of a loss out of their mouth after Breakdown 5. It's been a couple weeks. And folks, still to come, an open challenge by El Pollo de la Muerte to Scott E. Stevens. Jagger Blackthorn goes one-on-one with the Omnigeek. And we understand Erlking Wes has now requested microphone time. And here we go, folks. Tornado tag team action. One fall to a finish. Sandman and Aqualung, Apollo, Hades, and Big Rock. Oh, a Superman punch by Electro Man to Huge Mane. And it's the Junkie and the Highwayman, Thunderbolt. And a Thunderbolt head first off the side of the apron. Again, we mentioned it was going to be 4 of them. Whoa, what a kick by Aqualung, taking the head off a Sandman. And right now, Hades and Aqualung putting into the boots to Big Rock and Sandman. Sandman able to get out of that predicament. Boot to the midsection, nice DDT. Sent up over the top rope. And now looking for the vertical suplex, and down he goes. And now Thunderbolt putting the shots to VR Junkie on the outside. Nice kick to the gut. And now it's Hades and Electro Man teaming up. Sent up over the top rope. Boot to the midsection. Down goes Hades, and down goes Huge Mane. And here comes Big Rock. Nice Hurricane Rana from Aqualung there to Sandman. And now Aqualung sending Sandman up over the top rope. That's going to leave Big Rock and Hades. Oh, shoved away by Sandman. Having none of it. Catches the nice spinning kick from Aqualung. Hades with a reverse DDT fall-away variety. And now rolling to the outside of the ring goes Aqualung. Breaking up the pin is Sandman on Hades. And now Sandman going after against the man who says he's hotter than you. Oh, and he was looking for that butterfly backbreakers. And now a camel clutch by Big Rock. Oh, and a facebuster to Aqualung. Nice belly-to-belly suplex by Huge Mane. And again, we mentioned it on Firing Line. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to do that every Thursday night at 6 o'clock PST. Huge Mane recently has looked like they've had life breathed back into them. And now look at this. Looking for this pile driver on the knees. And now Big Rock with a big spine buster. And the splash! And a splash to Big Rock! Aqualung taking out Big Rock from the sky! And now Aqualung, look at these kicks! Right to the midsection Pele kick! Oh, and down goes Hades! And now it's Aqualung who's going to try to take care of Huge Mane. Sandman going back. Oh, and a shoulder check to Electro Man. Hades says, where are you going? Big back elbow. What a bicycle kick! And a Vaporwave has looked impressive in this matchup. And look out here! The reality check to none other than Electro Man! And now ducks underneath the clothesline. DDT by Thunderbolt. And now it's the Time Bandits in the ring working against Hades and the VR Junkie. Up to the top rope. Oh, Sandman might be in for some trouble. Sandman in trouble. Sandman to the outside the hard way with a vertical suplex off the top rope. And now it's Huge Mane and Electro Man left in there by themselves. And here comes the Electro clothesline. Right to the chest. And now trying to pick him up. Electro Man. Big discus clothesline reversed by Huge Mane. And now ducking underneath. Going for another pile driver on those knees. Sandman going after Hades head first into the barricade. And what a headbutt to Aqualung. And now VR Junkie looking for the VR slam, and that was reversed there by VR Junkie. Huge Mane with the Regal Plex. And again into the barricade goes Hades. And now Sandman, he was just suplexed to the outside by Hades. Thunderbolt saying, I'll return this to sender on your partner. What a superplex! And that again leaves Huge Mane and Electro Man in the ring. And now Electro Man with the discus Clothesline, and that could do it. 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2 9/10. And now trying to stretch out the arm of Huge Mane. Elbow to the gut, and then head first off the steel steps goes Thunderbolt, compliments of Big Rock. And there's the high angle leg drop. What a move, and broken up by Aqualung. Shot to the face. Chop. Another chop. Kick to the leg. And from behind, reality check on Sandman. And again, Hades and Aqualung have looked very impressive in this matchup. And now it's VR Junkie into the corner. Down goes the ref. Kick to the back. And what a splash by Junkie! And there's money on your life! Broken up by the Junkie. Boot to the midsection. DDT to Thunderbolt. Out goes Huge Mane. And look out here! Oh, the lung blower out of the tombstone! And Sandman breaking up the pinfall attempt. And getting chopped in the back of the head for his trouble. And a nice suplex there from Hades. Move to the midsection. Sandman clotheslined into the corner. And right now it's Big Rock and Hades taking on the time bandage with Electro Man trying to crawl back to his feet. And a hard Irish whip all the way to the floor. And now look at his splash! Trying to break up this maneuver, and now Hades able to do it. Electro Man tried to do it. That didn't work. Hades had to cover. And I look out here, VR Junkie. VR Junkie looking for the VR slam once. Rolling through. And a second time. And into the cover. Huge Mane. Can Big Rock get there? Yes, he can. This has been a hell of a matchup, and look out here. Aqualung with a back cracker to Sandman. And what a back body drop from Big Rock. Did you see that elevation? Nice kick to the head. Aqualung dropping Sandman. And now into the cover. This could do it, ref. You got to cover. The referee didn't see it. Now it's Thunderbolt's throwing shots at Aqualung, trying to help out Sandman. And a big kick to the back of the head. And now shots to the knee of Aqualung. And look out here, Huge Mane. There's that leg drop again. That big leg drop to Electro Man. And broken up by Hades. Your money or your life. Aqualung. But bro, and he just knocked out the ref. That's one way to do it, Hades. Just punch the ref in the face. And now it's Big Rock with his hands on Hades. Look at the power, the strength. And a vertical suplex, and there's stand and deliver on Aqualung. Stand and deliver, but Electro Man right there for the breakup, and here comes out of time. The time bandit building momentum. Into the cover, and again Electro Man right there to save his partner. And now look at these headbutts. Headbutt ya. And here comes the Electro clothesline to Sandman in the corner. And now into the corner. Thunderbolt didn't make it. Oh, wacky back elbow doesn't work. And look at this, Vaporwave. Hades helping out his partner against Big Rock. Clothesline over the top rope. And now Hades to the outside. Tope! Suicida! And now into the corner, Sandman chucking Electro Man. Reversal there. What a kick! Thunderbolt Taunta-bodied! And Huge May looking for the elbow, but Thunderbolt not there anymore. And look at this. Wait a second. What a Hurricane Rana by Electro Man! And now Huge Mane. Oh, and a Hurricane Rana to Electro Man! Electro Man tried to intercept the move, and now from behind, back body suplex. This match has been insane. And now it's Hades trying to twist the arm of Big Rock. And look at Electro Man. Oh, and looking for the clothesline. Nobody home. Powerbomb. And broken up by Thunderbolt. That pin attempt by Huge Mane not successful. Chop block to Hades from Big Rock. And here comes the VR Slam again. And now Sandman into the corner. And breaking up the submission attempt there by Huge Mane, the tree trunk. And VR Junkie, nobody sees it. Sandman got there to save his partner. And Big Rock just laid Hades across the bottom rope. And again, Huge Mane looking up. Oh, what a chop from Hades. Great ring awareness to stop that attempt at another tree trunk submission. And again, broken up that pin attempt. Electro Man stopping Hades. What a kick! Kick from Hades! Or rather, kick to Electro Man! Into the cover out of nowhere, but broken up! And a nice face buster there from a VR Junkie. Electro Man had some problems here. Oh, and what a springboard clothesline! Oh, and Sandman into Big Rock! It is carnage! Bodies are everywhere! Your money or your life! Sandman trying to keep Huge Mane at bay! But able to get there is Aqualung. And sent over the top rope with a clothesline. And look out here! Apollo Heat! Apollo Heat! That could be all she wrote! But Huge Mane right there. And out from behind, right hand, and a chop. Oh, what a... Did you hear that chop? Hades is lighting people up. And a nice gut wrench. And look out here! Big Rock! Dropping Electro Man on his head. And now Junkie into the corner. Look out here, looking for the big splash, and he got him. And Electro Man might be in a big situation under a rock. And here we go, folks, another pinfall attempt. And Junkie right there. These men have been on fire. Nobody wants to lose this particular contest. And now a big suplex there from Huge Mane, and looking for a submission maneuver. Hades is busted open. Look at the blood on his chest. And there's that leg drop. Elevated leg drop, and Hades is all over it. And now it's Sandman trying to take care of Electro Man. All four of these teams want to state their case. Oh, look out here, tree trunk. The tree trunk. Tree trunk, and Sandman able to get out of it. Root to the midsection. Right hand. Look out here. Hades was in the VR slam, but reversed it. Right hand. And the reality check to Junkie. And the tree trunk again. Tree trunk on Sandman. And Sandman is tapping out. The forces of nature back-to-back weeks.
Here are your winners, the forces of nature.
And after After what seemed like over 20 minutes, a bloodied huge man taps out the Sandman. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up, speaking of tag team action, we are going to hear from none other than the homicidal, suicidal Gemini.
Why, hello there, Flashbang. It's been some time since I've been able to grab one of these beautiful microphones and speak my words into the multiverse. I hope you haven't missed me. It's been a bit of a rocky road. No pun intended. So, I thought I would come out here and speak to the masses so that you all know where Hell's Kitchen lies in the tag team ranks. Ooh, we came so tantalizingly close. But one match after that beautiful display of despair in an 8-man showcase, myself and Mr. Manatee were just a little short when it counted. Thank you. Thank you, it really does mean a lot. In fact, Mr. Manatee, why don't you come down here? I wanted to ask you, there's been some things on my mind. I have a thirst for those championships. I want my hands on the supple cheeks of Spike. I want to thrust my feet into the chest of Burden, but the only way we'll get that chance is to win one of these contendership matches. Manatee, I'm just not sure how we're supposed to do it.
Did he have to phrase it like that? All right. Well, here comes Mr. Manatee. Look, Gem, I don't know, boy, I don't even know how to say this. No, I mean, I feel like we've competed pretty hard, and you know, here's the one thing that I'll say about stuff. I mean, you were the guy that actually won the match. If I had won my 8-man showcase, you know, we wouldn't have even been in a match with D&D. So I mean, like, you know, partnership here. I feel like we both could have done better.
Yes, I know, but I'm not out here to talk about you. I'm here to talk about me and us and this, and the Bone Warriors have nearly held those titles for 7 months, Manatee, and we've never fought them. And then the Empire held them for like 5 months, and we never really fought them, and we had that tournament that we didn't win, and it's just, oh, it's dreadful.
Yeah, it hasn't exactly been an ideal run, and look, Gem, that's not your fault, that's not my fault, that's just kind of the way things have been. I mean, think about it. We've been a tag team for a while, but not nearly as long as, say, D&D. We haven't been around nearly as long as the Empire. They've been here for years, so, like, it kind of makes sense. We're still figuring everything out, but, I mean, I think we've had some success.
I know, it's not you, it's me. It's just I worry that maybe I'm holding you down and holding you back. I mean, am I performing up to your standards, Mr. Manatee? I just would hate to be the reason that we aren't achieving our dreams of having gold around our waist. You can be honest with me.
No, what are you... No, that's ridiculous. No, I'm half the reason that this thing exists. I thought Hell's Kitchen would be good after the Outlaws left. I know that was confusing. So, I mean, I feel like we've done the best that we can. But yeah, I mean, look, Jim, I feel like you're getting at something.
Well, I saw the way that you looked at me after I lost our match. You were surprised. I know you've seen me take a lot of punishment from a lot of people, a lot of heavy hitters. But, you know, I didn't get up after that bio bomb, and you seemed disappointed, and you know I would never want to disappoint you, right, Schnookums?
Look, it's just that you seemed tired and lethargic to begin with, and yeah, I was surprised, but I mean, Drathulu is massive and he's powerful, and it's not like I didn't get in there to try to help things out. So I mean, again, this is a team thing, man. I'm sticking by you. All right, we're gonna be upset. We're not gonna always be on the same page, but it's not like we're the Vaporwave. I mean, no, yes, I know, but I just wanted to come out and clear the air. I wanted to make sure we were on the same page. We've seen a lot of tag teams that didn't know how to communicate, and I don't want us to be that. We are so much better than that. So I appreciate you, Mr. Manatee. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. It's the least I can do. Hopefully, we'll get them next time. If the Bone Warriors win, if D&D wins, either way, we try to get another shot. We got up-and-comers we got forces of nature now we got to deal with, because apparently they got life breathed into them, as Genericson's been yamming on about. I mean, we got a lot of teams up and coming, but we are still at the top of the heap. And ladies and gentlemen, some clearing of the air there between Hell's Kitchen. So we'll see what becomes of that. Hell's Kitchen would love an opportunity at the tag team titles, and according to my records, and I'll have to check with our statistician about this, I don't know that Hell's Kitchen has ever had a 2-on-2 opportunity for the tag team titles. They've come very, very close, but to my knowledge, they've never quite crossed that threshold. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, one-on-one competition. The Omnigeek goes one-on-one with Jagger Blackthorn, who we have not seen since Breakdown 5. But before we get there, we have to hear from the Cyber Controller.
Magic. Your exact words to me were, anyone who has crossed doom has lived to regret it. Well, proven that theory of yours to be a bit incorrect. Zericus, dreams and nightmares are something I cannot have. Though I do think my soul and skin are synthetic. Any glimpse of emotion seems all too brief to actually enjoy or relish. But I am sure your nightmares will be filled with me decimating you after your defeat at my hands. This is only the beginning, Magic. You would at least have the excuse of dealing with your little incident with malice for not facing me last week. However, you are only delaying the inevitable. You said you would face me, and if you don't, well, to borrow your expression, anyone who has faced the Cyber Controller has lived to regret it. The deletion is coming.
Oh good, more evil bots. What could go wrong? Singles action, next.
contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 195 pounds, the Omnigeek.
And tweeting out on social media is Burnout Vaughn saying, hashtag blame Chaz Lee. Can we get confirmation? Did Chaz Lee build the cyber controller in another multiverse that is once again spliced with our own? Because if so, I feel like we need to maybe send Chaz Lee back to the future. So the Omnigeek, who is looking to get a statement from Jagger Blackthorn, rather than get that statement, we have been left with, well, a match.
And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is the Omni Slayer, Jagger Blackthorn.
And folks, this is the first time that we have seen Blackthorn in weeks. And the question you have to ask yourself, or that I ask myself, and I assume a lot of other people do, why would Jagger opt for a match over simply giving a statement as to what he knows? So, folks, this is going to be interesting. You want to talk about punching above your pay grade. Omnigeek, one of the newest members of this roster. Jagger, one of the oldest. A former #1 contender in the 64-man tournament to be the inaugural world champion. He, of course, went all the way through Block B. He was the first man to ever get any kind of victory over Nero Napier. It was a count-out victory, but he did advance past the Lizard nonetheless. He is one of the most hardened competitors that we have on this show, and Omnigeek's about to learn that. Best of luck, kids. You're going to need it. It's David versus Goliath, and it's right now. Oh, what a kick right to the dome. And the Omnigeek with a boot to the midsection. Drop kick to the face. Again, no idea why this is where we're starting. Nice kick, and then another kick. All Jagger had to do was give a statement about where he's been the last couple of months, what he's been up to, and this is the route he chose. Silence. Protecting his right to remain silent. Nice drop kick, but Jagger stays on his feet and now catches the leg, kicked again, and that didn't work either. Jagger refusing to go down, and now a nice butterfly suplex. And now picking up the Geek. Nice reversal. Big uppercut to Jagger. Looking for a super kick. That didn't work. Nice snapmare by Jagger to reverse it into a side headlock. And Jagger looks very, very focused. And folks, still to come later tonight, Scott E. Stevens, we understand, will go one-on-one with El Pollo de la Muerte by the decree of the brass. So that match has become official. And knees right into the canvas. And a shot to the elbow. Into the corner. Nice kick. Nobody home, though. And now shoved away by the Geek. And now look at these boots right to the visor of the Omnigeek. Kick to the head. And now a drop kick into a boot. Sending Jagger to the outside. Omnigeek, a high flyer in his own right. Maybe looking to do some of that right here. And a drop kick through the middle rope. And ladies and gentlemen, we also understand that Scotty Stevens has tweeted out, this might have been what the brass was talking about. Stevens saying, quote, El Pollo, what I did, while I did not intentionally slight you, I'd like to point out that I've been more successful against Apex than all of AAA. You want to challenge me so you can preserve your pride? So be it. See you in the ring. And also tweeting out on social media, Apollo Hades saying, to quote a certain entrance, we are back and better than ever. Look out, Flashbang. And they certainly looked it in that tag match, even though they came up short. They were not involved in the decision, which I'm sure the brass will take into consideration as they do their rankings. And now a nice flip there to the Omnigeek. And now the Geek, what is this? Whoa, what a DDT out of that straitjacket maneuver. And now checking the index. Oh, and he countered the kick of Jagger with one of his own. And out of the top rope. Telling Jagger to get up. And here we go. Senton! And ducks the clothesline. Oh, and a cross body. And now sent off the ropes. Nice roll through and a kick right to the dome. And the Omnigeek is, oh, look out here. Omni-lock. Omni-lock on Jagger. The Omni-lock and Jagger able to turn it back over. And now a side headlock by the Omnigeek. And now going right back after the leg. Nice leg grapevine. Rolls through. Trying to stretch it out. And now a kick to the face. And a clothesline from Jagger. That left-handed clothesline that we've seen take down people before. But a kick out at one. And now going to the corner. After dropping Omnigeek, might be looking for the Wave Buster to take the head off of the Omnigeek. Anyhow, he moved. Geek had it scouted. And now a boot to the midsection. Another straitjacket and a neck breaker. And now up to the top rope. Geek gonna fly. And a senton go round. A Hurricane Rana into the cover to pin the Omni Slayer. No. And Omnigeek has been flying all over the place. And again, you got to ask yourself, what in the world does Artemis think about this particular situation? And now trying to break the grasp. Jagger now. Taunta bodied Hurricane Rana. And now sent into the corner. Here comes the Geek, who has looked extremely impressive against one of the top competitors on Flashbang. And now this springboard Hurricane Rana. We saw this in the intro. Signature. Omnigeek to put down the Omni Slayer. And a kick out at 2.5. The Omni Storm connected, but it did not keep down Jagger. Now back to the top rope. He has got to be kidding me. There is no way. Geek, what are you doing? Geek, what are you doing? No, that did not work. He got a little excited. Oh, but look out here! Spanish Fly! Spanish Fly! He made it work! Jagger! Does he have anything left? No! Omnigeek beats the Omni Slayer! Ring 0!
Here is your winner, the Omnigeek.
And look at Jagger with a show of respect. But what does this mean for his statement? Will he speak to the Omnigeek? And ladies and gentlemen, the first solo win of the Omnigeek is over Jagger, Blackthorn of all people. And coming up next, we are going to hear from the interdimensional champion ahead of his match with Johan Mjoln. We're not exactly sure when that match is going to take place. Maybe Wai Li could give us a little bit of information. But before we get to that, we are going to hear from none other than Michael McCall. No, I'm being told Wai Li's on his way to the ring right now.
When I told you you were going to need all of your focus, I was not kidding. But I also did not say it would be by my hand that you fall, heathen. You see, I picked TK for a reason, and while she may not have been able to get the better of Tigery, pinning her husband certainly filled the void inside of her. And now it's time for you to pay attention. You call yourself the heathen, but I know the truth. You are no more of a heathen than any other member of fate. What you are is confused and delusional. You believe the path that you have been set on is the only one you have left. You have abandoned your friends because you believe it is right. Whether that is true or not is up for debate. But you still fight with the same honor and the same ferocity as the Son of Thunder should, because that is your true name and purpose. The difference is, you now fight for the wrong side, despite your pure actions. Even tonight, as I have seen with the posted card, you are out for revenge. You are frustrated by your loss, and so you will take it out on someone that had nothing to do with that, simply to quell your rage. While I understand it, I do not agree with it. You clearly need to focus, and you clearly need an outlet, and that is why next week you will wait no longer, Son of Thunder. I will put my title on the line in the main event, and we will see if there is anything left of the man they once called the Son of Thunder.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wai Li saying next week his championship will be on the line against Johan in the main event. That's going to be a hell of a match. And folks, as he mentioned, coming up next, singles competition, Johan Mjoln is in action. And rather than say anything else, I think I'm just gonna take you right down to that matchup when it's ready. But first, we are gonna hear now from Michael Macabre.
Ladies and gentlemen, creatures, critters, demons, and soon-to-be scrap piles of the multiverse, my name is Michael Macabre, harbinger of the apocalypse. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me a third time. Well, let's just say there won't be a third. For malice, you've seemed to have already forgotten the commandments of the multiverse. The biggest being, thou shalt not mess with doom. However, what's a good retort without expecting another? You come to Flashbang for a few breakdowns, you make a mockery of our match, and you honestly didn't expect actions to occur. Sensory malfunctions on your side of things, Icebox. Be warned. You, Zacho and R. Sawyer, hell, even your wannabe assistant cyber controller. I'm not afraid to be the one-man wrecking crew. And come Flashbang, Cyber, I will tear you apart. You attacked Mad Jack Malice, and Cyber showed that Xericus isn't much of a singles competitor. However, I am. And the last time we went toe-to-bolt, I sent you to hell and back. Sadly, the Cleaver got the win. No matter. I told you once, I told you twice, but I might as well repeat myself till it's pounded into your memory backs, bots. Grab your friends, family. Oh, yeah, robots. Regardless, pray to whatever saviors you believe in, because now you have unleashed a weapon of mass destruction, aimed right for you. I'll see you soon. Click. Doomsday.
Oh boy, I really wish we had a general manager around. Okay, well, coming up next, singles competition. Johan is in action, and it's next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 227 pounds, he is the Bad CG Ghost.
So the Bad CG Ghost on his way to the ring, and I think now we know what Wai Li meant by taking out your frustrations on someone who had nothing to do with that match. The tag team partner of TK, Bad CG Ghost, goes one-on-one with Johan. And it looks like the Christmas cheer has finally left this man.
And introducing his opponent, representing the Empire of Terror, weighing in at 332 pounds, he is the heathen, Johan Mjoln!
Fear the beard as Johan enters the multiverse. And folks, don't forget to play along at home with your own bingo cards. That's right, we got bingo here on Friday Night Flashbang. Play along with all of your favorite wrestlers. If you've had Tonta Body, you can mark off a bingo slot. If you had somebody getting jumped after a match, mark it off on the bingo card. Scream out bingo if you got it, and play along. So Johan gets set to go one-on-one with the CG Ghost, and look at how serious he looks. Especially now knowing that he's going to have a title opportunity next week. So here we go, folks. CG Ghost, Johan Mjoln, one-on-one. And also tweeting out on social media, Lasume the Robot, saying, quote, "This show is brought to you by Lasume01 Craftworks for all of your crafting needs for this week. Half off of any order for anyone who isn't evil. Use the promo code hashtag..." Oh, you've got to be kidding. Haha, disputed future. Excellent. And now into the corner. Big clothesline to the back of the head of Bad CG Ghost. And just chucking him into the turnbuckle. And now picking him up. What a power slam! Good grief. And now a boot to the midsection and a clothesline to the CG Ghost. Clothesline there to Johan Mjoln. And a right hand of CG Ghost, sending him back into the ropes. And look at that, just chucking him into the air. And then crashing down on that bottom rope. And again, like a rag doll. And Johan is absolutely brutalizing CG Ghost. Into the corner. And now beating the drums of war in his chest and a clothesline. And a kick to his back. And it looked like he might have been going for Ragnarok there, but reversed by CG Ghost. And all these punches to the face, trying to stay alive. CG building momentum. And Johan again still on his feet. Return to sender. And look out here! Ragnarok to CG Ghost. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for playing. Good grief.
Here is your winner, the Heathen, Johan Mjoln.
Somebody should let Johan know that he doesn't work by the hour. So Johan picks up a win ahead of his championship match. It's going to be Wai Li versus Johan next week in the main event. My goodness, that is going to be a matchup. And we're right back to it, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, more singles competition. El Pollo de la Muerte goes one-on-one with Scott E. Stevens. And that match is next. And folks, what's interesting about this particular matchup, it was El Pollo who felt disrespected by Scott E. Stevens. And it's interesting that they feel disrespected by Scott E. Stevens, because I think everybody should feel that way just by his mere presence. Not that I'm biased or anything. And so, folks, this matchup is going to be a doozy.
contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. Weighing in at 243 pounds, he is the gentleman of M&W, Scott E. Stevens.
So Scott E. Stevens to go one-on-one with El Pollo de la Muerte. This will be an interesting matchup. Two very talented submission specialists. And here comes the man that could wilt an entire garden of flowers simply by sticking his nose up at it. The gentleman, Scott E. Stevens, who has his hat back, so I guess congratulations on that.
And introducing his opponent. Weighing in at 215 pounds, representing AAA, El Pollo de la Muerte.
Arise, chicken, chicken, arise! El Pollo's in the building! And he is the cock who knocks. Ready to take on Scott E. Stevens after a slight on firing line, and Scott can just not help himself when it comes to getting himself booked via a talk show. And here we go, folks. El Pollo versus Scott E. Stevens. Slap to the face. The disrespect shown by the normally respectful luchador now kicks to the leg. So it's the cross-face chicken wing versus the masterclass. And a knee to the face. And now a back elbow slap knocked away. Float over into a DDT on the chicken. And a rake of the eyes and sending El Pollo into the turnbuckle. So much for fighting clean. And now up on the top rope in this tree of woe. And now look at the boot right to the face. Come on, ref. And now look out here. Oh, what a knee to the shoulder. And a reverse Hurricane Rana. And now arm bouncing off the canvas. Trying to work him over. Both of these submission specialists target the head and arm area. And what a... Did you hear that hit on the back? And now a knee to the face. And now into the cover on Scott. Count of one. And a kick out. And now there's a nice headbutt. Sweep of the leg by El Pollo and now into the corner. And here comes Pata de Pollo to the dome of Scott E. Stevens. Will this be enough to keep him down? What a kick and a kick out by Stevens. And now into the corner. El Pollo sending him to the outside. And now through the bottom rope and a DDT to Stevens.
2.
Picking him up by his head. Boot to the midsection. Looking for the DDT. Reversed there by Stevens on the outside. Count of 3. Back into the ring he goes. And now El Pollo using his ring awareness to hang him up on the top rope. Jump back in. Shot to the face. Beating him to the punch. Looking for the neck breaker. And down goes Stevens. El Pollo starting to do some serious damage on that head and neck area. And now this figure 4 headlock. Maintaining thigh control. And again rolling him over. Stevens trying to break the legs, but and there he is, able to turn it over. And now shots to the rib area. Last time we saw El Pollo in singles competition, they were able to pick up a victory over the Canid. And of course, last week it was Stevens that picked up a huge win against Blight Hallis, in part because of this maneuver. Tornado arm breaker off the middle rope. And now into the cover. El Pollo in trouble. And a kick out. We have yet to see either man's submission maneuver, but that could change right here. He loves to transition into it, and here it comes. The masterclass applied. El Pollo locked in it. El Pollo in the masterclass. And look at Stevens trying to wrench back, and they refuse to quit. El Pollo refusing to give up the heart of a luchador. Catching the leg. And now looking for, oh, look at the block. Look at the technical wrestling of these two. And now El Pollo. Well, I don't know. I can't really read his lips. I can't see what he's saying to Stevens, but he floats over into another neck breaker. Talking some trash and putting him down. And now El Pollo trying to size up the situation. Stevens catching his breath. Not able to put away El Pollo. And look at the, I would assume, disgust on the face of El Pollo as they are just glaring at the gentleman. I think they're daring him to get up. And Stevens is like, I don't know if I want to do this. And now just circling each other. Stevens and El Pollo. And now the boot. He missed. And there's the kick. There's the kick. El Pollo looking for the running DDT, but it's blocked by Stevens. Stevens able to block it. And picking him up. And send him down. Into the cover. Stevens.
1, 2.
And a kick out. And now able to stop that. I'll look out here. He was looking for the chicken wing. El Pollo went for the chicken wing and it was reversed. And here it comes. Flatliner. The class act. Driving their head into the mat. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. El Pollo will not die. And now it's Stevens taking a bow. Right hand. Right hand. Standing off the turnbuckle or off the ropes, and there's a nice knee to the face. Now picking him up. And now again, looking for this front facebuster-like maneuver. No idea what he calls it, but it's effective. Now picking him up, boot to the midsection. And now this could be a shoulder breaker incoming to soften up El Pollo. Maybe for the master class, and it is. El Pollo again stuck in it. Stevens refusing to let the chicken escape. And the chicken is passing out. Stevens has been on a roll.
Here is your winner, Scott E.
Stevens! Oh, it's Phoenix! Phoenix with a clothesline! Phoenix Phoenix with a jawbreaker. The Crimson Phoenix from behind. And a headbutt. And now Phoenix again going to the top rope. Looking for another headbutt. Phoenix down to the face. And he just laid out Scott. And look at the taunt. Message sent by the Crimson Phoenix. And folks, coming up next, we are going to hear from none other than Erlking Wes. And also tweeting out on social media, Lasume the Robot saying hashtag stand with Rabbit. And TK saying, quote, I'm really disappointed in you, Johan. Did I hurt your pride that much that you go after CG when his partner's on the sidelines? Be careful touching my teammates. I will not be a black cat, but you'll definitely have some bad luck crossing my path. TK, not backing down from the heathen.
Congratulations, Artemis. You have done something that very few among your ilk have ever been able to do, and that's actually pin me and not make an excuse about it. So congratulations, and I almost feel bad that I'm about to rain on your parade. You see, I'm out here to address two people. Number one, obviously enough, is not you, Artemis, but Helixux. I want to give you an opportunity because I've been impressed by what you've been able to do against the likes of Dark Lord Popo. There are 3 members of the Empire that you have yet to beat, and I want you to face 2 of them here tonight. If you beat them, you will move on to the next person that you've never beaten. If you make it all the way up the ladder, then at Breakdown 6, Helix, you will have the opportunity to get your hands on me. And you know what? Let's do it before Breakdown 6. If you win the next 2 matches, the very next week you'll get me. No excuses, just you and me, mano a mano, in the rematch people have wanted for over a year since I fought you for the MNW Championship. Hopefully that wets your whistle. By the way, you'll want to bring Ramund tonight unless you're feeling extra confident. That being said, the second person I wanted to address is you, Omnigeek. You see, there might be a reason why Jagger hasn't spoken to you. You thought that I was the only person that knew about poisons, but tell me, Omnigeek, who hunts werewolves around here? Oh, and speaking of which, maybe you should also speak to Kathjina about Jagger. Simon has given me some wonderful information you might want to be privy to. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sorry, what? So apparently, Kathjina with some information in regards to Jagger Blackthorn. What does this have to do with Nero and that this is a web that Erlking loves to weave. The more confused that we are, the more confused that everybody is. And ladies and gentlemen, I have been told that that is going to be our main event coming up next. It's going to be Helix and Ramund taking on the Abyssal Void. And if Helix can win this matchup, apparently there's another opponent waiting for him on the other side. Can he do the impossible? Can he run through the entire Empire? Can he pull a Scotty Stevens? We're going to find out next.
And ladies and gentlemen, while we have a quick moment, we'd like to remind everybody that today's episode of Friday Night Flashbang is brought to you in part by Lowe's. Lowe's! But why? So Erlking continuing to weave his web of lies. But the only thing we can focus on right now is what we know for certain. He has laid down a challenge for Helixux. That is a blockbuster announcement, but also pointing out an interesting fact. Jagger Blackthorn is a werewolf hunter. Whether or not that has anything to do with the attack on Blighthalis and the poison administered to him, or whether it's just a smoke screen, we shall see. The Omnigeek will have a lot to report next week, I'm sure of that much. A lot of people to talk to. The work is never done. And this is going to be a clash of titans, the likes of which we have not seen on Friday nights for a while. Some of the biggest names on Friday nights in tag team action, and it's next in your main event.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Empire of Terror, weighing in at 1,162 pounds, Lord V and the Cleaver, the Abyssal Void.
And so here comes Lord V and the Cleaver, the Abyssal Void, one of the most dominant, albeit shortest put together tag teams in MNW history. I mean, they've been together for only a couple of months, but they have looked very impressive. They got to the, I believe it was the semifinal of the Deus Pulp Invitational against Doom, who knocked them out. Or actually, no, I stand corrected. It might have been the Cartel. And so the Cleaver, and look at how stoic Lord V is. Pushing each other to psych each other up. I would not want to be in the ring with these two, that's for sure. They are intimidating, to say the least. So Cleaver and V in your main event. And look at them just staring at the entryway, waiting for their opponents. The intimidation factor through the roof.
And introducing their opponents, at a combined weight of 762 pounds, the team of Ramund and Death itself, Helixux.
Helix and Ramund in the main event. Remember that as a trio, in the new Four Horsemen, they were undefeated for over a year until the Wish Upon a Brawl tournament where they were beaten by the Super Heavenly Beats. These two have a lot of experience together, and they are hard to keep down for a 3 count. So Helix again playing the game of Erlking, looking to run through Lord V and the Cleaver and bring death to the Empire of Terror. And as the man who calls himself Death itself brings the chill, it's Ramund who brings the fire. And now there's Lord V right out of the gate, catching a boot and a stomp from Ramund. And Ramund looks focused. He has been on a bit of a losing streak lately. And I hear some kicks to the legs, trying to chop down the cherry tree that is Lord V and able to do it. And now V with a deep arm drag. We still have no idea what this thing is. The only thing we've ever seen it do, and I'm not joking about this, is origami. It's apparently how it communicates when it's not stealing other people's voices. The call-out is anything to go by. A man of few words, and now pushed away by Ramund. Again, folks, this is your main event. Helix and Ramund taking on the Abyssal Void. If Ramund and Helix can win, Helix is one step closer to getting his hands on Erlking Wes. And tag made to Helix, and here comes Death itself. And slamming his wrist against the canvas. And now Ramund putting the boot to V. And now look at Helix just glaring at Lord V, almost daring him to make a tag, and then just kicks him over. And a stomp to the head. And now to the arm. And V not appreciating that nice back body drop. And now being turned around, V. Look at the power into a gutbuster. And Cleaver wanting a tag. Helix saying not today. Knee to the face, however. Down goes Death itself. Look at the size of these men. It's not often you see Helix have to look up at somebody. That is the case with Lord V. And big elbow. And right now, V is isolated in this matchup. And tossing him across the ring. And now trying to squeeze the head of Lord V. Helix again with that glare towards Lord V. If you're just joining us, this is our main event for the evening. We thank you for sticking with us. We're into overtime. As Helix and Ramund, two of the original four horsemen, going against the Abyssal Void. And look at V move out of the way of that kick. And now a double axe handle to the back of the head. And now again, look at the power! Over 400 pounds thrown like it was nothing. And now it's V. Left hand. Helix. Boot to the midsection. Oh, look out here. Look out here. Going for the Void. Slam in the reversal and a poke of the eye. Referee didn't see it. Ramund up to his old tricks, the Jester. Allowing Ramund able to poke V in the eye or whatever that is that he sees out of. And get out of that maneuver. Nice shoulder check there from Helix. And now lifting him up. And a nice backbreaker. And another backbreaker. And now looking for the choke slam. V going for the ride. And Death itself has not allowed Cleaver to be tagged into this match. Looking to pin V himself. Death's door. Are you kidding me? And here comes Cleaver. And broken up. And now Ramund takes out the referee. And now V with a sweep of the legs. And he has got to make a tag. And he does. Here comes the cleaver, the fresh man. And Helix says, I don't even give a damn. I'll take you too. And now elbows to the gut as Helix is sent back towards the turnbuckle and a headbutt with those spikes. And Cleaver looking fired up. And now a boot and a clothesline from Cleaver. And now grabbing Helix by the throat and chucking him back towards his corner. Now it's Helix that ends up isolated to the outside. Cleaver to follow. Slap to the face. Reversal there.
2.
And a right hand to Cleaver, who refuses to go down.
3.
And here's your hoss fight. Who's going down first? Right hand staggers the big man. Kick to the midsection. Punches that Helix is able to absorb, staying on his feet. Cleaver trying to knock him over. These two are trying their best. And Helix refusing to fall down. Look at these shots by Cleaver. And what an uppercut. Finally down goes Helix.
7.
And Cleaver might win by count out here if he doesn't get him back in the ring. Cleaver does not seem to care. And now Cleaver to the ring. Cleaver looking for a count out. You've got to be kidding me! Come on!
Here are your winners as a result of a countout. Lord V and the Cleaver, the Abyssal Void!
This is ridiculous. So Lord V and the Cleaver are able to win by countout, but that is just disgusting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here on Friday Night Flashbang. Wait a second.
I'm back.
Wait a second.
And I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. Face facts, 'cause your opinion don't matter. This a maniac.
I'm sorry. I must have forgotten. This is our main event, is it not? We don't end our main events with countouts. The floor is not lava. Restart the match. Ladies and gentlemen, the lawyer has just restarted this match. Here we go, folks. He's running it back. So, folks, we're going to have this match restarted right after this commercial breaks. Don't go anywhere. Our main event's still to come. Again.
Woo, woo. You know it.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Friday Night Flashbang. While we were away at commercial break, the lawyer made a bit of a change to this match. This match is now no disqualification and no countout. There will be a winner here tonight. Not allowing the Empire to win in that way. The match has been restarted and we kick it off with Cleaver and Helix back in the ring. And now grabbing Helix and chucking him across the ring. Good grief. And stomping again. And now biting the fingers, spitting the blood of Helix. And now a clothesline to Cleaver. And now a side headlock from Helix. Reverse there, Cleaver. What a clothesline! And now he's got him up, Cleaver. With Helix up and a Death Valley driver. And now a sweep of the leg. Into the corner. Helix looking to tag Ramund. Again, no disqualification, no count out. There will be a winner here tonight. And now Cleaver and V talking over strategy. I can't quite make out what V is saying, but he's probably doing it in Cleaver's voice. Oh, and you got him! Helix got caught! Helix is going for the ride! Choke! Slam! And oh my god! Oh my god, Helix just sat up from the choke slam! Jesus! And now into the corner and a clothesline of the, and look at Cleaver, can't believe it. Cleaver wants no part of Helix, and he tags Lord V. I can't believe he just sat up from the I have never in my life seen that happen. Right hand from V. And now it's V's turn to try. Look at the power. Over 400 pounds! And a back elbow. Death says, uh-uh. And now look at the bow and arrow stretch by Helixux. And now Helix dragging Lord V towards the center of the ring. Tag made to Ramund. And now up over the top goes Ramund V. Grabbing him by the hair. Into the corner. And now another hard Irish whip. And down goes the referee. And now tag made to Cleaver. And now they seem much more interested in working on Ramund. And now shot at the arm. But Ramund says, nah, I got something for you too. Cleaver does not want to fight. Oh, he got him! He just knocked Helix off the apron. What the hell? And again, the ref goes down. Cleaver wanted no part of Helix. And then he just knocked him off the apron. And now look at these two. Big splash. And a clothesline. And now V going to the top rope. Ramund, that lets him tag. Here comes Helix. Here comes V. Big right hand and a shoulder check. Oh, and he was looking for the choke slam again. Now sent to the corner. Boot to the face. Oh, and he went try to go below the belt. I don't know if that works on V. And now Helix, sit out tombstone. A sit out tombstone pile drive. And again, Helix saying, I don't care. And now again a gut buster, this time to V. Shot to the back. And now picking up Helix. Shot into the corner. And a tag made to Ramund, and we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here. Don't move! Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Friday nights. Ramund in the ring working over the cleaver right now and giving him the work. And now shots to the face of Lord V. This match continues on. And now it looks like Ramund being chucked into the corner. Everybody looks absolutely exhausted. And now look at him just looking at V. Tag made to Helix. And now what is this? Setting up off the ropes. Helix boot right to the face and sat down. And Helix looks like he is in control. And V doesn't know where he is. Trying to crawl. Trying to make the tag. Trying to make the tag. Can he do it? And Cleaver wants him to. Helix daring him to. And now starting to get back to his feet. V to a vertical base. And now a boot to the midsection. Oh, look out here! Look out here! Void slam! Void slam and a reversal by Helix. And again, Ramund paying dividends on the outside and sent it to the turnbuckle. And now what in the world is V got in mind here? Clothesline to V. Or from V, rather. Helix sitting off the top rope and a back body drop. And sets him down. And an elbow right to the, looks up like the kneecap. And now again trying to make this tag, and Helix says not today. Back to the arm. And again a sweep of the leg there by Helix, or to Helix. And V again stalking his prey. Looking for another void slam. Will this put down death itself? And down it goes. Into the cover. And now the referee is being distracted by Ramund. And Lord V is screaming for this referee to make a 2 count or a 3 count or something. And now setting up off the ropes. Helix. Oh, what a power move that was. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex by Lord V. And an elbow to Helix. And now a shoulder check. And now again, now it's V looking to make a tag. And here comes Cleaver. Cleaver got caught. Gutbuster to Cleaver. And look out here, this could be a choke slam. Incoming to Cleaver. Into the cover. The choke slam from death itself to put away the Abyssal Void. No. Moves out of the way of that kick. Oh, what a headbutt. And look at him sit up. Clothesline to Helix and a Bulldog. And Ramund worried about this choke slam on the outside. And Helix might be going for the right. And again, the referee getting involved, saying, Ramund, stay in your corner. Choke slam to Helix. Into the cover. Cleaver to bow and a kick out by Helix. And Cleaver losing his mind a little bit. And he ducked the clothesline. Shot to the face. Another shot to the face. Helix doesn't know what the hell's going on, and Cleaver says, you're next! Right hands! Setting off the ropes! Boot to the face! And dropping the leg! And now an uppercut to Cleaver. Side headlock. Reversal. Cleaver, headbutt ya. Helix. Looking for the boot, not there. Nobody home for the clothesline. And now sent up over the top rope. Right hand to the outside. And now sending off the barricade.
2,
And now right into the barricade again, face first.
3,
And now back in the ring goes Cleaver. And now tag to V. And now V back in, and Helix is soloing the Abyssal Void. And now a boot to the back of the head. And now slamming him back into the mat. And now wait a second, V going after Ramund. Ramund talking trash, knocked off the apron. And I don't know if I would have done that. Vertical suplex. And now right hands. V in trouble, and now it's Helix and V. Reversal. Reversal. And now picking him up. What is this? Sent off the ropes. Death itself wondering what he's got to do. And here comes Cleaver. 2 and a kick out. And now Ramund back on the apron. Heck of a match this has been between these two teams. V, boot to the midsection. And looking for another Void Slam. Down goes Helix. And again Ramund distracting the referee. Just long enough, but Helix kicks out again. And now it's Cleaver. He wants a choke slam. Back-to-back finishing maneuvers. Helix is going for the ride. Up. And down into the ropes. Into the cover. 1, 2, and Helix again. Helix again. Helix will not die. And a snap of the neck. And looking for the clothesline, and he got caught. He was looking for the meat hook. Oh, and now looking for the choke slam of his own. Reversal. Reversal by Cleaver. And a meat hook clothesline. And again, Helix sits up. Slapping the arm away. Back elbow reversal. Headbutt you. And now he's looking for a second choke slam in this sequence. Grabbing him by the throat. And now Ramund again trying to distract the referee. And Helix set up again. What is this man made out of? And now a nice backbreaker there from Cleaver. And a clothesline. And a deep arm drag from Helix. And slamming him into the ropes. And now looking for a choke slam of his own. Got him! Down to the mat. And now a side headlock. Reversal. Clothesline over the top rope. And now Cleaver wanting to make a tag to Lord V.
2,
And now look out here. Oh, and Helix sent into the barricade. Ducks the clothesline. Kick to the midsection. Shot to the face.
3,
Lifting him up. And now sent off the concrete floor. Here comes V. Right hands.
5,
And again grabbing Helix. And into the barricade. And now across the ring. And now Helix with a deep arm drag. And there's the Cleaver getting down off the ropes. And V trying to get back in the ring.
9,
And he does. And a right hand to V. And V with a backbreaker by Helix. And so now Helix in control. V picked up off his feet, whipped into the corner. Here comes Helix. Oh, and he got caught with a knee. And now V. What does V got? Oh, look out here. Snake eyes off the top rope. And now a pile driver. Inverted pile driver. And V trying to pick him up. Trying to pick him up, and down he goes. Helix again with the Void Slam. And Ramund again interrupting the referee's count. This referee being pulled in all directions. Does Helix have anything in the tank? And the Abyssal Void finally put down Helix.
Here are your winners, the team of Lord V and the Cleaver, the Abyssal Void!
And so it's the Abyssal Void picking up a huge win over Helix and Ramund. And what does this mean for Erlking's challenge? I guess we'll have to find out next week. That's going to do it here for us on Friday Night Flashbang. My name is Eric Genericson. We'll see you next week. Good night!